it's April Rashad again, and today I have my buddy with me, my youngest daughter, Lila.
Hi.
And today we're going to talk about the difference between juicing and blending. The big question that I always get is, which is better for weight loss, which is better for health? Is it juicing or blending? And the bottom line is both, actually. But the important thing is that you have to know the difference, and you have to know when to use which and what the differences actually are. And at the end, I'll definitely tell you what my recommendations are for my juicer and for my blender, which I absolutely love. So Lila, do you want to tell them what you picked today for a juice?
Alright, so the juice that we're going to be making is called Green Superfood.
And why did you pick it today?
I picked it today because I have not been feeling well and it's very hot out, and juices always make me feel better.
And so she asked me to juice, so I thought it was a perfect time to do a video. And what we're going to do first is we'll show you the ingredients, how to get them prepped, and then we'll show you how to juice. What I do before I juice is I prepare the ingredients. And so we're going to show you that first and then talk about the difference. It's going to be easier for you to see. Lila, why don't you just kind of point out what we have here?
Alright, so we have lemon, spinach, 2 Golden Delicious apples, some cucumber, celery, and broccoli stem.
Oh,
and then,
a little bit of ginger
and
too.
some ginger. And then mince for later.
The mint is for later. Okay, great. So we're gonna start juicing, and we use a masticating juicer. The brand that I actually happen to love is the Retro Juicer. Jason Vale, who's like the guru on juicing, or one of them. This is the one that he likes. I have actually tried centrifugal juicers and all sorts of them, and what I like best about this one, and I'm not getting paid for this, but what I like best about this one is that there's the least amount of leftover pulp from this one, where I feel like there's a lot of waste and it's a lot harder to clean the other juicers. So this one is mega. It's about $400 or so, but totally worth it, and I was juicing like every single day and it's served me really well. So we're going to show you exactly how this works. Lila's going to take off the top. Masticating juicer means it's basically just smushing the juice out of it. The difference between juicing and blending is fiber. So what is really cool about juicing is that this is going to actually break down the walls, but it's actually leaving the fiber behind, which normally is not a great thing. But when you want to reboot your system, you want to boost your immunity, you really want to get those nutrients in a very quick and absorbable way, juicing is an awesome way to go. Sometimes people do like a 7-day juice detox, or they could do a food detox, and it's fine. But what you don't want to do is use too much fruit in a juice from a weight loss standpoint. We'll talk about that in a moment. For now, we're going to show you exactly what happens, and you'll see what kind of comes out the other side from this juice. Go ahead and turn it on, Lila. And we're just going to show you real quick, and then you'll kind of get to see us right at the very end. We put everything in the top, and as we smush it down, we'll just let you watch it until you see some of this coming out. This is a strainer, so we'll make sure that some of the pulp doesn't actually get in, and then you'll see some of the residue coming out the other side right here. I do chop up all of my ingredients first, just a little bit, just to make it easier to go through. I don't have a commercial juicer the way they put the pits and everything like that in there. Everything that I've read has said lemon pits and apple pits, seeds you do not want to put into your juicer. I think it's a really small amount, but I always just kind of err on the side of safety if I'm going to be doing a lot of juicing. And you'll see that this is the part that's going to be coming out nice and clean. And over here what you see is the fiber, it's the pulp that's actually coming out, and that's the leftover. So it's literally squeezing the juice out of all of these veggies. Just basically finished doing our juice. You can kind of see right there that it's thin. So if I was to pour it, you know, you can drink it just like that. It's really thin, the way a regular juice would be, like without the pulp, and that's absolutely fine. We are actually going to do a slight amount of blending with our juice this time, which is another option, only because Lila and I like cilantro or mint or something. These are mint leaves, and we're actually going to put it right into here, and we're going to blend it just because we love the flavor of that afterwards. So again, when you're blending, here's the difference. You see all this pulp that came out of the juice? Which, by the way, you could put this in sauces, you could use this for other things, but there's very little that came out of that, which is pretty awesome. You can use it in compost or whatever. But the difference between that and the blending is that a blender, you can think more of like a smoothie. Even if you're using veggies or fruits, you're keeping everything intact. So even though you're spinning it up and really breaking it down, the fiber and all of the bulk is actually still there when you're doing the blending. That's why it's so different. When we talk about TLS Weight Loss Solution, which is the program that I teach, the thing about juicing is that you have to remember that the sugar content of just drinking that straight juice is definitely a little higher. And what you don't want to do is have too much fruit that you're juicing. It's sort of like why I teach not to drink orange juice or something in the morning. Your blood sugar is going to spike up. and therefore it's going to really put you into fat storage mode, or it's really going to make your insulin spike too. And we don't want to do that too much. But if you were solely doing a detox for juice, it's totally fine. If you were doing it and you just wanted to have the juice as a snack in the afternoon, it's fine. What I caution people when weight loss is a concern is to definitely, or even health, diabetics, whatever, is to use less fruit. So maybe just use one apple, or an apple and a lime, or a half of a lime, or a half of a lemon, kind of like we did. And that way you can put more veggies in there, more greens and stuff, and it's gonna keep the sugar content down for you. One of the ways that we use the blender, and this, I have a Ninja right here, this just happens to be my favorite, is we use this for smoothies. So whether we're using like a bone broth, Dr. Axe bone broth protein powder, or whether we're using the TLS nutrition shake or a whey shake, we use these so that we can add protein and actually make something that may be a great snack or a meal replacement that adds protein and fiber. So that's a lot better for like a meal replacement, where the juice, again, you're just kind of trying to get those nutrients in one full pack swoop there. So even though we're blending a little bit of our mint in here, in this single serving size, ultimately this is still a juice because we did use the juicer. It just has a little bit of fiber from the mint. So we're gonna go ahead and spin this up, and then we'll finish up in just a second. So to kind of wrap it up, the smoothie or the protein shake can or does not have to have protein powder in it. You can use collagen powder, bone broth. You can use the whey, really easily absorbed nutrition shake from TLS that we have. But again, why not make it power packed with more fiber and with great ingredients in it that are going to give you some more veggies? It's a great way to get them in the day. So especially if people in our house are on the go or looking for something, I just put the spinach right in there. That happens to have water, ice, TLS vanilla powder, and it has just raw spinach in it. That's literally all you need. We're gonna end up spinning it up. I put this out because, you know, you can use frozen banana, just a small amount, or some mango if you like things to have a little fruit. The key here is to keep the fruit content down, keep the protein and the fiber up if it's this, keep the veggies strong if it's the juice, and that way you have two great options. So meal replacement, you go with a smoothie, and nutrients or just boosting your immune system, you're gonna go with an actual juice. Either way is a great way to go. We're gonna spin this up and we're gonna give them a try. Okay, so here we have the smoothie with the green. Even though it looks green, you're actually not gonna taste it at all. And here you have the juice with all the froth on top, and that's just because it's all fresh veggies and a little bit of fruit. So my daughter Grace, who's my video taker extraordinaire, she's gonna try this one today. And Lila is gonna have the juice because that's the one that she tried today, and you can tell me what you think. And how do they taste, ladies? And they're good. This is my favorite. This is a Ninja for blending, and I love this one because it has the single serving cup, which we use multiple times a day, but it also has different attachments like a Cuisinart or a tall one for a blender if you want to make bigger amounts. We use these sometimes if you make those nutrition shakes. You can just freeze them, make chocolate ones, and put them in the freezer. You can use them as little ice cream desserts. There's so many different ways that you can use those and spin them up, but I hope this helps the difference between blending and juicing.